Alright lads, so in less than 12 hours time, we are going to be getting part 2 of the 9th anniversary, a new 1000-year Blood War Sajin, Toshiro, and also Soi Fon. All 3 characters setting up to be very fun and also meta characters that are definitely going to last long in this game. And if you are a big fan of these 3 characters, well, to some people, they might be must summons. With that said though, the banner itself will be available tomorrow, lasting until the 15th of August. When the main banner does end, that's when the individual banners do start. In this case, Soi Fon is up first from the 15th to the 21st of August. I truthfully don't think the individual banners are all that. Fillers themselves aren't really anything too great, but this is your best chance to get the character, as they will have a 1% pull rate instead of the usual 0.5. Sajin will be next from the 21st to the 27th, and then Toshiro will be happening on the 27th to the 2nd of September. And in his particular case, we will actually know where end of month is going to be. In fact, end of month will be out while his individual is still out. And again, that's what his filler pool does look like. Truthfully though, whether you want to summon for the main banner or the individuals come down to you. I would recommend the main banner, it just has more value. And at the same time, you do have a pity system if you do have to go 25 steps in. Individuals, despite having a double pull rate to get the character you want, you very well could go without getting the character because you aren't guaranteed anything on individuals. But with that out of the way, let's talk about the 3 new characters. First off, starting off with Toshiro. Toshiro himself is a hot super captain with the stun meter and also no affiliation kill ability. So he's going to have that extra bit of usability thanks to the fact that he does have 2 killers. But of course, if we look at strictly guild quest content, this is where the character is going to excel thanks to these 2 killers. He's already going to be meta in that particular guild quest phase, more specifically the ranged stun meter guild quest where you don't really have any good characters. I mean, look at your screen right now. That's all we have to use in the ranged stun meter guild quests. If you are someone like me that is lacking Swimsuit Candice, well, Toshiro is almost going to be a must-have. And lucky for him, his damage output and utility is so good that to a certain extent, you might not even need someone like Candice. For starters, what makes this character good is the soul trait, as it does come with 12% recharge and also 20% strong attack damage. When it comes to the skills the character does have, he comes equipped with Frenzy +2, a 50% Berserker. When you do inflict a status limit, which you have an increased chance to do so against Quincy's and also no affiliation enemies, you will then get an 80% SP boost. But then that's not all, because you also then do 140% more damage to frozen enemies. 100% comes from the damage to frozen enemy skill, and then he has an additional 40% which goes to any hot sorry bit in your team, which is also going to make him a pretty good utility character, a support character for other great hard characters like True Shikai Ichigo, for example. That's not all though, we have some other good utility effects. Debilitator, Long Stride, weakened defense, he's immune to every status element. His Sobom is going to pack a massive punch, by the way, since he was given both Bombardment and also Devastation. And again, you're doing 140% more damage to those frozen enemies. When it comes to the strong attacks this character does have, he has a very good strong attack kit. SA1 is going to be a beam forward. His SA2 is going to be a new type of strong attack, a vacuum-like vortex with some really good AoE to it. And then his SA3 is going to be a full screen. Of course, though, one special thing about this character, he does come equipped with the EX move, where his EX move in particular is going to be a small vortex in front of him, a trap-like effect, which has a very high chance of inflicting freeze, and of course also locks the enemies in place. So this character basically has like 3 good strong attacks with an additional 4 strong attack that is overall there just to give him a really good chance to inflict freeze, where he's then doing 140% more damage. So even when this character doesn't have killer, and he doesn't have his increased chance, he's not really going to have much of an issue inflicting status limits and keeping his SP boost active. Overall, a very strong character, debatably one of the best hard characters in the entire game, but a very cool looking Toshiro with some good skills, good strong attacks to back it up. Definitely to a lot of people going to be the highlight of this particular banner. After that, we have Sajin, a mind swiper captain with the stun meter and also captain kill ability. Sajin himself is going to be a brave battle character. So with that, we have a look at the skills this character does have. He is going to be hitting very hard thanks to the fact that he does have Flurry +3. He is actually our first ever character to have Flurry +3 in both guild quests, brave battles, and even outside of brave battles in normal PvE content. Since he is a melee character, he does come equipped with long reach, so he does have that extra range in his normal attacks, and that's actually very important to note, because one of the coolest parts about this character is the final hit on his nat string is a massive hit from Tenken himself. So despite him being a melee character, he actually has some really good range on his normal attack string, especially that last hit. That last hit is basically a normal attack from any other ranged character. It's actually really, really good. Of course, though, since this character is a brave battle character, he has everything you want for that particular game mode. He's invincible, he can ignore invincibility, he can prevent loss to survival, under half stamina, he can deal more damage and take less damage. Of course, he has persistence, so when the character itself does die, he will revive for 5 more seconds. and be invincible for those 5 seconds, giving him an advantage against any other character that does not have persistence. And then unique to this character is that he can block any mind and heart character from using a boost and or debuff. That's going to mainly affect these 3 particular characters that are running rampant in Brave battles. And this goal is definitely going to be really good because it basically ensures that you're never going to have a stat disadvantage because you're going to stop the opponent from using a buff or a debuff. Overall, Sajin is going to set out to be a very good Brave battle character. He's going to fit very nicely alongside Meninya and also Orihime, and that's probably going to be the best Brave battle team for the forthcoming future. And the kill abilities that he does have also set him up for future content, as we do know that captains are always meta in Brave battles, and given that we're going to be getting a lot of stun ritters in the future, chances are upcoming Brave battle characters are going to be either stun ritters or captains. Therefore, Menier's character is always going to have killer against them. That's not all though, because he is a melee stun ritter killer with Flare +3. He also has some good usability in Guild Quest content. You can use him in the melee captain Guild Quest, but I think he's definitely going to excel more in the melee stun ritter Guild Quest given the lack of options. So while it is a tad bit unfortunate, this very cool former Sajin is a Brave battle character. If you do pull him and you play Brave battles, you will be getting use out of him every single day. He looks like an overall fun character even outside of Brave battles due to his normal attack string being very unique. And then he also has usability in Guild Quest content. So even though he's a Brave battle character, he still has a lot going for him. And then last but not least, we have Soi Fon, a power super captain with the human killer plus ability. So unlike the 2 other captains in this banner, she only has 1 killer, but it's an overall good killer in my opinion, and the fact that she does do more damage is overall going to make her better, again, when she does have killer. This character's damage output, just like Toshiro, is going to be very high. For starters, she herself has Frenzy +2, a 60% Berserker, a 20% SP boost when you inflict a status element where you do have an increased chance to do so against any human enemy. And keep in mind, she can inflict both paralysis and also poison. Alongside that though, she also has 20% more damage at full stamina, and because she does have a boost SA2, she does have a booster skill with the enhancer skill, so upon using that SA2, you are giving your team a 43% attack, focus, and defense increase for 20 seconds. That in of itself is good as is, but alongside that, she also does have 3 enemies defeated bonuses. After 20 enemies defeated, she'll recover 20% stamina in between stages. After 40 enemies defeated, she'll get 30% more damage at full stamina, and then after 60 enemies defeated, she will then get a team party buff where you recharge your team's strong attacks in between stages. Now, the special part about this skill is that it isn't tied behind attribute or affiliation. It's any character. And this could potentially mean that Soi Fon might be the best limit breaker character in the game, because if you can somehow always find a way to fit it in slot 3, she's always giving your 2 other characters, no matter who they are, recharge in between stages. And because it is a Soi Fon, of course, she is going to be a very fast character. Naturally, she has extra recharge built in, she has long stride, she has sprinter +2, and remember, Soi Fon itself does have 4 flash steps built in, naturally, so she has like 6 flash steps with long stride, a very good strong attack kit. If we actually have a look at a strong attack kit, her SA1 is the best lunge in the entire game, a strong attack 1 that we haven't seen since Tech Flyzen, who came out in like 2017. It's been that long. Her SA2 is a beam forwards, her SA3 is a full screen, and of course, just like Toshiro, she also has an EX attack, where it's a lunge basically across the map. It's a very cool effect, it looks fun, and it also does have a higher chance to inflict paralysis and also weaken. So in a situation where she doesn't have killer, and therefore, just like Toshiro, doesn't have an increased chance to inflict status elements, she's still going to hopefully have a good time. An easy time more so, inflicting status elements. Now, with that said, I do want to quickly touch upon some negatives about this character, because she isn't perfect. Her SA2, due to the fact that it is a boost move, does not inflict status elements. So you only have 2 attacks, basically, that can inflict status elements. And at the same time, one of the biggest criticisms we have seen with this character is the fact that she does lack guard break, and that's definitely going to hurt her damage in the long run. And I'm glad to be wrong on this, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Where you want to use this, she's going to be perfectly fine in. And if you're taking into content like IT, for example, she's going to clear fast regardless. It doesn't really matter all too much. But I don't want to lie and say this character is perfect. She definitely does have those problems, many with that SA2 and the lack of guard break. Despite those 2 drawbacks though, I think she's setting up to be a very fun and cool character, and someone that I definitely get my hands on. And that's it for the 3 new characters. If we have a look at the filler pool, for the first time ever as a filler character, we have launch year's Part 2 anniversary characters. In this case, Yamamoto, a mind captain with the captain no affiliation kill ability. He is once more another Brave battle character that is still, of course, going to be useful in Brave battles, but he's definitely going to take a hit thanks to Sajin releasing. Yamamoto right now is basically a character that solely hunts after someone like Yuha. Since he has a no affiliation kill ability, since he can actually inflict lacerate guaranteed on Yuha, if you ever find Yuha in a Brave battle team, Yamamoto's always worth taking out. When it comes to Yachiru, debatable, still the most fun speed character in the entire game. I would probably agree with that. She's still an amazing character, and truthfully, it still even holds up, despite us now getting a new power creep in the 9th anniversary. With Frenzy +2, an 80% SP boost, a good berserker value, and also the Rampage skill, where every kill you do get, you get 2% more damage, capping at 100% overall. With a good, very good, by the way, strong attack here. Her SA3 in particular having a trap effect. The fact that she herself is a speed sniper means she can take advantage of the benefits from someone like Akon. Yachiru is still an amazing character, and to some might be the highlight of this banner. It's also Yachiru. She's a really cool character. Who doesn't like Murder Mom? But the other character in the banner is going to be Toshiro. He himself is a technique droplet farmer, also does farm links or potions, but mainly does excel in droplets. In this case, 30% more droplets, and then 10 guaranteed droplets. Uryu is going to be a technique super links or farmer, really only good in inheritance trials, but truth be told, there are now better characters, most importantly Halibel, a more alternative available option as she is a premium character. Yua is another Brave Battle character, again taking quite the hit thanks to someone like Yama and now Sajin existing. Overall, still a good Brave Battle character, but is definitely now like the 5th, 6th best Brave Battle character, as opposed to when he was, when he released, when he was the best Brave Battle character. Not anymore, but he's still a good alternative option if you need a third good character in your team. Arskin is a resurrectable character, not really worth talking about, only orbs, and also a good soul tree for someone like potentially Orihime. Owetu has some usability in the melee Sori per guild quest, but again, not much about him. More so just a resurrectable character. Same goes for Ichibei, more so just resurrection orbs, a good link. And then we also do have the classic Murder Mom, the original Yachiru Unohana. Once more, just a resurrectable character, decent link, more orbs, and that's about it. The banner itself is decent, I will say. Of course, the 3 new characters are great. They're worth summoning for. Last year's anniversary characters are great and still worth summoning for. However, the other characters, spanning from Uryu down to the original Yachiru, not really the greatest fillers. The fillers could have been better, but you definitely still have 6 really good characters and fun characters to summon for in this banner if you do decide to summon on this banner. If you do, lucky for us, the banner itself is a good step-up format. Step 1, 6, 11, 16, and 21 are discounted at 150 orbs. Step 2, 7, 12, 17, and 22 are discounted at 200 orbs. And then, of course, every 5th step, you are guaranteed a 5-star character. Now, remember, in this case, the banner itself does not have an unfeatured pull rate. To compensate from that, though, they did add 3 extra fillers, in this case, the bottom 3. So, rate-wise, it's the exact same 0.5% chance to get the character you want. Rates aren't lower because they added more fillers. They just took away the 1.5% unfeatured pull rate and added 3 characters to replace that in a way. But as always, if you do go to step 25, you are guaranteed the character of your choice, in this case, Toshiro, Sajin, or Soi Fon. And if for some reason you really want to, you can repeat those 25 steps going all the way to step 50, although truthfully, I wouldn't recommend that. Hopefully, by the time if you go to step 25, you should be done with the banner. But yeah, that's basically the 1000 Year Blood War Zenith Summons loyalty banner in a nutshell. Soi Fon, Toshiro, and even Sajin. I'll be honest, even though he's a Brave Battle character, all setting up to be really fun characters. I can't wait to get my hands on them. Hopefully, I can get all 3 of them tomorrow. And when the banner does go live at 8 in the morning for me in the UK, we will be live summoning. So feel free to hop in, and I'll see you later there in the comments below. Let me know your summon plan. Take care, and peace.